And I'll be telling you why vandals are causing problems for cyclists in Cardiff.
We're all being encouraged to get out of our cars and onto public transport or bikes, but a scheme set up in the capital to encourage more of us to cycle has hit a bit of a bump in the road. According to some users, nextbikes, which you can hire and leave at a docking station, simply aren't available. Well, our reporter Ellie Pitt is on the Traff Trail in Cardiff for us tonight. So Ellie, what's been going on with this then?
Well, Kylie, for those people in Cardiff who might want to cycle home this evening or go for a ride, have been hitting problems when using the nextbike scheme, and that's because of a shortage of bikes being available. The company says it's because of vandalism. So just a couple of months ago, around 15 bikes a day were going into their warehouse for repair. That was for general wear and tear and vandalism incidents. Now they say 40 bikes a day are going into their warehouse for repair, and a lot of those to do with deliberate damage. Here's the managing director.
We are very certain that it is a vandalism issue, and the reason is because of the type of issues that we're seeing. So we wouldn't usually see those on your general wear and tear, but a lot of the issues that are coming in are very clearly things that we wouldn't regularly see. We're also seeing a bit more aggression towards our service team on the ground, and so we know that that is nothing to do with kind of your general maintenance. Obviously, incidents like bikes being thrown off of car parks, that's not something that we would expect or that has anything to do with general maintenance.
The vandalism is causing all kinds of problems for both the company and the user, and it ranges from kicked-in spokes to complete damage to the total bike. Alice BEAL is one of the customers of nextbike. Alice, what problems have you been encountering?
Hiya. Well, I started using nextbike because of the convenience, because it's just brilliant. You can go out, and there are hundreds of stations, so you don't have to, you can bring your bike and leave it and then come back. But the problem I've found is when people don't put them back at the stations properly. So not only does that make them easier to steal, because when they're locked in like this it's easy, but otherwise they can just lift them up and take them away and then use all the parts, so I don't know what they do. Also lots of people taking them out on nights out and leaving them at St Mary's Street. But nextbike are doing a great job at redistributing them anyway, but I think that's the main issue. There's an imbalance with that. So
you're a user, but you're facing some problems. Are you still going to use the service?
Oh, of course. I think it's a great scheme, and it's made my life so much easier. Even if sometimes there hasn't been a bike, but most of the time, 90% of the time, there's a bike, and it's great. And I can, I'm not worried about my bike being stolen because it's not my bike. So there you go.
Thanks, Alice. Thanks very much. Well, Councillor CARO is in charge of transport here in Cardiff. This has got public money, this scheme, in it, hasn't it? Would you think enough is being done to make sure that people are being encouraged to get out of the car and get on one of these bikes?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a hugely successful scheme. It's one of the most successful in Europe, but I think we need to remember at the moment there's still only 600 bikes for a city with a daily population as big as 500,000 people, so it's still very early days for the scheme. We want to get the bike numbers up so there's better availability, and obviously some concerns about the use of the scheme at the moment.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, nextbike says that they're working closely with the police and they're putting more plans in place to make the bikes more robust so that incidents like these don't continue. And they're planning to put more bikes on the streets, another 350 here by the autumn.
Ellie Pitt, thank you very much.